Nature knows how to surprise us, and sometimes it does it with food. Imagine pulling a carrot from the ground and finding not just orange, but a whole rainbow of colors. Or husking a corn cob that shines like polished gemstones. In Hawaii, bananas grow with pale blue skin and taste like vanilla ice cream, while some watermelons hide golden flesh instead of red. These foods look like they came straight from a dream. A striped melon the size of a tennis ball smells like candy. Cauliflower glows in purple. Plants dress in hot pink like they're off to a disco, and tomatoes grow in clusters that look more like grapes from another planet. In Mexico, tiny cucumbers appear like mini watermelons, while in Okinawa, farmers harvest a bitter melon so white it seems carved from ivory. And don't jump, it's only a snake bean, curling longer than your arm. These are not fairy tales. They're real foods, grown in gardens and farms around the world. Today, we'll explore 20 exotic fruits and vegetables that prove nature has the wildest imagination. 20. Glass gem corn. Glass gem corn is so dazzling that people often think it's been painted or photoshopped. Each cob sparkles with kernels in blue, purple, red, orange, and even crystal clear shades, like polished gemstones. The story is just as colorful. It was developed by Carl Barnes, a part Cherokee farmer from Oklahoma who wanted to reconnect with his Native American roots. By carefully breeding old heirloom varieties, he rediscovered vibrant corn colors that had nearly disappeared. In 2012, photos of glass gem went viral on Facebook, and within weeks, seed companies sold out. Gardeners across the globe rushed to grow it, and it quickly became a social media star. Often described as the world's prettiest corn, but it's more than a novelty. Glass gem is a flint corn, meaning it can be ground into cornmeal, popped into colorful popcorn, or turned into masa for tortillas. Some chefs use it for gourmet dishes, adding history and beauty to the plate. It's also an icon of biodiversity, proving that indigenous farming traditions still hold treasures modern agriculture often forgets. 19. Blue Java banana. The blue Java banana looks like it belongs in a fantasy film. Its skin has a frosty, silvery blue tint, earning it the nickname ice cream banana. But it's not just about looks. The fruit inside tastes like vanilla custard with a smooth, creamy texture, almost like soft-serve ice cream. This rare banana originated in Southeast Asia. In Hawaii, it became a backyard favorite, used in smoothies, desserts, and frozen snacks. Today, it's also grown in Fiji, the Philippines, and Australia. Food bloggers and chefs have made it popular online, where videos of its blue skin and dessert-like flavor rack up millions of views. Unlike most banana types, which demand hot and humid weather, blue Java tolerates cooler temperatures and strong winds. Farmers call it a survivor banana, and agricultural researchers see it as a potential answer to the banana industry's struggles with disease and climate change. For locals, it's both a sweet treat and a symbol of resilience, proof that even fruit can adapt to tough times. 18. White bitter melon. The white bitter melon, also called Junpaku togen in Japan, looks like a vegetable carved from ivory. Its ghostly white skin sets it apart from the common green bitter melon, but it carries the same sharp flavor, sometimes even more intense. This unique variety is most famously grown in Okinawa, Japan, where locals are known for having some of the longest lifespans in the world. Bitter melon is a staple in their diet, used in dishes like Goya champuru, and many scientists credit it with helping reduce diabetes and heart disease among Okinawans. White bitter melon is also rich in compounds like charantin and momorticin, studied for their blood sugar lowering effects. Because of this, it's become popular in natural medicine across Asia and even among health enthusiasts in the West. Farmers say its pale skin also makes it more attractive in the market, with chefs often using it in gourmet presentations for its striking color. Rare, healthy, and beautiful, it's a vegetable that proves looks and benefits can go hand in hand. 17. Purple yam, ube. If there's one vegetable that became a global social media star, it's the purple yam, better known as ube in the Philippines. Slice it open and you'll find a flesh so vividly violet it almost glows. This yam has been used for centuries in Filipino kitchens, where it flavors desserts like ube halaya, cakes, and ice cream. Its natural color is so striking that modern food bloggers and chefs across the world now use it in pastries, lattes, and even donuts. Ube has a nutty, vanilla-like flavor and a creamy texture when cooked. Beyond its looks, it's rich in antioxidants called anthocyanins, the same compounds that give blueberries their deep color. In Japan, it's also used in traditional sweets called daigaku imo, while in Hawaii, it's popular in pies. Recently, big chains like Trader Joe's and even Starbucks have introduced ube-inspired products, helping this once local crop gain global fame. Ube is proof that sometimes tradition and trend can meet in the most colorful way possible. If you liked this video so far, leave a like, and you can also check out what this farmer grown in his farm shocked the whole world on our channel for Evergreen. 16. Alabama red okra. Okra is often green, but in the American South, farmers have long grown a bold red variety that looks like it belongs in a garden show. Alabama red okra produces pods that shine with deep crimson color, turning any vegetable patch into a work of art. First introduced in the 1800s, this heirloom variety became a staple in Southern cooking, prized not just for its looks, but for its tender flavor. The pods taste slightly sweeter than green okra, making them perfect for frying, pickling, or adding to stews like gumbo. Okra itself has a deep history. It traveled from Africa to the Americas during the slave trade and became rooted in Southern food traditions. Today, Alabama red okra is enjoying a revival as chefs seek out heirloom vegetables. At farmers markets, it always stands out, with people buying it as much for decoration as for food. It's proof that sometimes beauty grows right alongside tradition in the garden. 15. Pineberry. At first glance, pineberries look like strawberries that lost their color. Their flesh is white, almost ghostly, and dotted with bright red seeds that make them look like something out of a fantasy garden. But the surprise comes with the taste. It's not like a strawberry at all. Instead, it has a flavor closer to pineapple, a mix of sweet and tangy that confuses first-time tasters in the best way. Originally found in South America, pineberries nearly disappeared until Dutch farmers revived them in the early 2000s. They began cultivating the fruit commercially, and soon it became a hit in Europe. Because of its pale color, pineberry plants are less attractive to birds, which means farmers lose fewer fruits to pests. In the food world, they're prized for gourmet desserts and cocktails, often used as a showstopper garnish. With their ghostly look and tropical taste, pineberries prove that not every strawberry is what it seems. 14. Rainbow carrots. Most people think carrots are always orange, but that's actually a modern twist. Originally, carrots grown in Persia, modern-day Iran, and Afghanistan came in shades of purple, yellow, red, and even white. The orange carrot we know today was bred in the 1600s in the Netherlands, partly as a tribute to the Dutch royal family, the House of Orange. Since then, orange took over the world, but the rainbow was never truly gone. Today, seed companies have revived these colorful roots, and gardeners proudly harvest carrots that look like a paint palette pulled from the earth. Purple carrots are rich in antioxidants, yellow ones are sweet and mild, and red varieties contain lycopene, the same compound that gives tomatoes their color. Farmers markets love them because they brighten up displays, while chefs use them to add natural color to dishes. Rainbow carrots prove that even the simplest root vegetable can carry a story of history, science, and beauty on your plate. 13. Cucamelon. At first glance, cucamelons look like miniature watermelons, no bigger than grapes. Bite into one, and you'll discover a crunchy texture and a tangy cucumber-like flavor with a hint of lemon. Known in Mexico as sandillita or little watermelon, cucamelons have been grown for centuries by indigenous farmers who valued them for both taste and resilience. These tiny fruits grow on vines and are incredibly drought-tolerant, making them perfect for hot climates. They're usually eaten fresh, tossed into salads, or pickled for a sour snack. In recent years, cucamelons have become a hit among urban gardeners because they're small, easy to grow in pots, and almost always spark conversations. Food bloggers call them the cutest fruit in the garden, and they often appear in viral TikToks and Instagram posts. Though they may look playful, cucamelons are packed with fiber and vitamins, making them both fun and healthy. They're living proof that sometimes the smallest fruits carry the biggest charm. 12. Yellow watermelon. When you slice open a watermelon, you expect bright red flesh. But in many parts of the world, watermelons come in a brilliant golden yellow instead. These are not genetically modified. They are natural varieties that have been grown for centuries, especially in Africa and Asia, where wild melons first appeared thousands of years ago. Yellow watermelons taste sweeter than red ones, with hints of honey and apricot. In history, early watermelons discovered in Africa weren't red at all. They were pale or yellow. Farmers selectively bred them over time to create the red flesh we're familiar with today, leaving yellow varieties in the background. Now, with heirloom gardening on the rise, they've made a comeback. Modern chefs love them for their striking color in fruit salads, cocktails, and summer desserts. Beyond their beauty, yellow watermelons are rich in beta-carotene, the same antioxidant that gives carrots their color and supports eye health. Sweet, healthy, and surprising, they flip the script on what a watermelon should look like. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and don't forget to check out 10 strange fruits you won't believe actually exist on 4 evergreen. 11. Black garlic. Garlic is usually sharp and fiery, but in Korea and Japan, chefs discovered a way to transform it into something completely different. By aging whole bulbs for weeks at controlled heat and humidity, garlic turns soft, black, and sweet, earning the name black garlic. Its flavor is often described as a mix of molasses, balsamic vinegar, and dried fruit. Black garlic was first popularized in Asia, but has since spread to high-end kitchens around the world. Celebrity chefs like Gordon Ramsay and Anthony Bourdain praised it for adding depth to dishes without the harsh bite of raw garlic. In Korea, it's also valued for health, believed to have higher levels of antioxidants compared to fresh garlic. Studies suggest it may help with heart health and immunity. Now, you'll find black garlic in sauces, pastes, and even chocolate bars. Its glossy, jet black cloves look like something from a fantasy novel. But they're real, delicious, and a perfect example of how tradition and innovation can transform even the simplest food. 10. Chinese string, eggplant. Most people know eggplants as plump and oval, but in parts of southern China, farmers grow a version that looks like a pile of purple spaghetti. Known as the Chinese string eggplant, this variety produces long, thin fruits that can twist and curl into coils over a foot long. The skin is glossy purple while the flesh inside is tender and cooks quickly, making it perfect for stir-fries. Eggplants have been grown in Asia for more than 1,500 years, and China remains the largest producer today. The string variety is loved by home cooks because it absorbs flavors beautifully and doesn't turn mushy like some common types. In traditional Chinese markets, it often draws attention because of its unusual shape. Children even nickname it dragon noodles. Beyond its look, it's rich in fiber and antioxidants, making it both nutritious and eye-catching. For gardeners, it's a novelty crop, while for chefs, it's a canvas for creating dishes that look as unique as they taste. 9. Mangosteen. Mangosteen is often called the queen of fruits, and one look explains why. Its thick, deep purple shell opens to reveal snow-white, juicy segments inside, as delicate as pearls. The flavor is a mix of sweetness and tang, often described as tropical candy with a citrus touch. This fruit has been cherished in Southeast Asia for centuries. Legends say that Queen Victoria of England once offered a reward to anyone who could bring her fresh mangosteens, though they never made it to her table due to spoilage on long sea voyages. Today, mangosteen is still rare outside Asia because it's sensitive to transport. Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia remain its biggest producers. In traditional medicine, mangosteen has been used to treat skin problems and inflammation, thanks to compounds called xanthonase, which scientists are still studying for potential health benefits. For locals, it's more than a fruit. It's a seasonal celebration. In Southeast Asian markets, the arrival of mangosteen season is greeted with excitement, just like mangoes or lychees. 8. Ghost apples. Ghost apples look like something straight out of a winter fairy tale. In 2019, apple farmer Andrew Sietsema discovered them in his orchard in Sparta, Michigan, after freezing rain-coated rotting apples in a layer of ice. The mushy fruit inside slipped out, leaving behind hollow, crystal-clear shells shaped exactly like apples. When photos hit the internet, they went viral worldwide, with people calling them nature's glass apples. This phenomenon happens rarely because the conditions must be perfect. Temperatures hovering near freezing, rain turning instantly to ice, and apples soft enough to slide out without breaking the frozen shell. The result is a fruit that looks like it's been sculpted from glass. Ghost apples have since appeared occasionally in viral TikToks and weather reports, often leaving viewers amazed. Though they can't be eaten, ghost apples are an incredible reminder of how weather can transform ordinary fruit into natural art. Farmers joke that they're the only apples you can see through but never taste. 7. Tigermelon. Small enough to fit in your hand but bold enough to steal the spotlight, the tigermelon is a fruit full of charm. Its skin is golden yellow with deep orange or brown stripes, making it look like a tiny jungle treasure. Though only the size of a tennis ball, it has a honey-like sweetness and a strong, candy-like aroma that can perfume an entire room. Tiger melons were first grown in the Middle East, where they became prized in home gardens for their scent as much as their taste. They're now popular among heirloom growers and seed collectors who want something both beautiful and unusual. In farmers' markets, these melons always spark conversations, and kids love them because of their bright stripes and bite-sized shape. Despite their small size, they pack plenty of flavor, often compared to honeydew with a floral twist. With their fairy tale glow and unforgettable sweetness, tiger melons turn any garden into a storybook scene. 6. Snake bean. Don't jump, it's only a snake bean. Just the wildest bean you will ever grow. The Indian snake bean, longer than a summer evening and twice as twisty. Also called the yard-long bean, it can stretch over a meter, curling like a green snake dangling from the vine. In markets across India, China, and Southeast Asia, bundles of these beans always draw curious looks because of their size and shape. Snake beans aren't just for show, they're a staple in Asian kitchens. In India, they're cooked into spiced curries, while in China, they're stir-fried with garlic and soy sauce for a crisp, flavorful dish. Nutritionally, they're packed with protein for a vegetable, along with iron, fiber, and vitamin C. Farmers love them because the vines grow quickly in warm weather, producing fresh pods almost daily. Known by many names, chichinga in India, asparagus beans in China, they're proof that even a humble bean can turn into a dramatic centerpiece in the garden and on the plate. 5. Purple cauliflower. Cauliflower is usually white, but this variety shines with a vibrant purple color that looks almost unreal. The shade comes from anthocyanins, natural pigments also found in blueberries and red cabbage, which are powerful antioxidants. This not only makes it beautiful, but also adds extra nutritional value. Purple cauliflower has been grown in places like Italy and California for decades, and it's now a favorite among chefs who want to brighten up their dishes naturally. When cooked, the color often deepens into a rich violet, turning any meal into a visual treat. It can be roasted, mashed, or eaten raw, adding both crunch and color to salads. Beyond the kitchen, purple cauliflower is part of the trend of reviving colorful heirloom vegetables. Farmers markets often showcase it as a healthier, more exciting alternative to the standard white variety. For gardeners, it's a conversation starter. For food lovers, it's a way to eat healthy while enjoying nature's own artwork. 4. Ackee. Ackee is one of the most striking fruits on earth. Its bright red pod splits open naturally when ripe, revealing golden yellow flesh alongside glossy black seeds. The look alone is dramatic, but its story is even richer. Ackee originated in West Africa and was brought to the Caribbean during the 18th century. It soon became central to Jamaican cuisine, where it's now the national fruit. The most famous dish is ackee and saltfish, often called Jamaica's national meal. But there's a catch. Ackee must be eaten only when ripe, because unripe pods contain toxins. Farmers say, if the fruit doesn't smile, don't touch it, referring to the way the pod naturally opens when safe. Beyond its beauty, ackee represents resilience and identity, a West African fruit that became a Jamaican symbol tied to culture, history, and flavor. 3. Pink amaranth. You ever seen a plant dressed in hot pink like it's headed to a garden disco? That's the pink amaranth. Its neon leaves and vivid blooms make it look more like decoration than food, but it's both. For thousands of years, amaranth was a staple crop of the Aztecs, who valued it for its nutrient-rich seeds and leaves. Today, pink varieties are grown worldwide, turning gardens into living color shows. The leaves are edible and packed with vitamins, often cooked like spinach, while the seeds can be popped like popcorn or ground into flour. In India and Africa, amaranth remains a common part of daily meals, while in the West, it's celebrated as a superfood. The pink strain, though, has captured attention for its show-stopping look. Farmers markets love selling it because it stands out instantly, and gardeners plant it for both health and beauty. Pink amaranth proves food doesn't just nourish, it can dazzle. 2. Phil's 2 tomato. Looks like a bunch of grapes from outer space, but it's actually a tomato. Meet Fils 2, a rare creation by French tomato breeder Philippe Romans, who fused old varieties to create something entirely new. It's connected to the historic traveler tomato, rhizotomate, a quirky heirloom that allowed people to tear off pieces of fruit without needing a knife. Fils 2 takes that concept further, producing clusters of fused tomato lobes that look wild, weird, and wonderful. Food collectors and seed savers prize it as one of the most unusual tomatoes you can grow, and it's a favorite in gardening expos where rare vegetables are displayed like artwork. While its flavor is tangy and traditional, the real joy is its appearance. It's the kind of tomato you show off before you eat. Fils 2 is proof that even a common crop can be reinvented into something that feels out of this world. 1. Indian snake cucumber. Is it a snake? Is it a vegetable? It's the legendary Indian snake cucumber, and it really looks like it slithered straight out of a myth. These cucumbers can grow several feet long, with twisting green bodies marked by pale stripes, curling around trellises like living serpents. Farmers in India have cultivated them for centuries, both for their cooling, refreshing taste and their striking appearance. Beyond their looks, snake cucumbers are valued for health benefits. They're loaded with water content, making them perfect for summer heat, and traditional medicine uses them for hydration and digestion. In rural Indian markets, they often become the star of the display, with shoppers marveling at their snake-like twists. For gardeners, they're an exciting crop that doubles as conversation starter, food, and decoration. The Indian snake cucumber shows that sometimes nature doesn't just feed us, it puts on a show. That's it for today. Stay tuned on 4 Evergreen for more wonders you won't believe exist.